At age 66, Charles Barkley speaks about what is the real truth behind their fight. A rivalry that defined an era of NBA hostility and respect.
Back with an uppercut. Barkley and Laimbeer, who's had that mouse under his eye for most of the season.
For years, the story was told through highlights and hard fouls. But now Barkley's own words add depth to moments once seen only as chaos. His voice carries reflection instead of anger, revealing how time reshapes even the fiercest battles. As these untold details surface, staying connected to stories like this helps keep basketball history alive in its purest form. Barkley explains that the tension with Bill Laimbeer was never personal at first, but a collision of two identities built on toughness and pride. Every meeting on the court felt like a test of dominance, where backing down was never an option. The Pistons' physical style clashed violently with Barkley's refusal to be intimidated. Turning competition into confrontation, he admits that emotions often overflowed during those matchups, especially when respect was masked by trash talk and elbows. Barkley reveals how the league encouraged physicality in that era and how players were expected to handle business themselves. In that environment, restraint was often mistaken for weakness. From the other side, Bill Laimbeer also talks openly about their fight, offering a perspective shaped by Detroit's infamous bad boys mentality. He insists that his role was to disrupt stars mentally and physically, and Barkley was simply another challenge. To Laimbeer, the chaos was strategy, it's not malice. Laimbeer acknowledges that the rivalry crossed lines at times, but maintains that mutual understanding eventually formed beneath the noise. He points out that off the court, the hatred faded quicker than fans might expect. What looked like pure animosity was often professional survival. As both men reflect now, the fight stands less as a scandal and more as a symbol of a ruthless NBA era. Their honesty peels back the myth, revealing competitors shaped by pressure, ego, and the demand to win at all costs. Time has turned confrontation into conversation. This story isn't just about punches or penalties, but about how legends confront their past. When rivals speak their truth years later, the game gains clarity and fans gain context. What once divided them now unites their legacy in basketball history. Charles Barkley's life story begins in Leeds, Alabama, where he grew up overlooked and underestimated. As a teenager, he was cut from his high school varsity team, a moment that quietly fueled the relentless edge he later carried into the NBA. His late growth spurt changed everything. But the hunger to prove people wrong never left him. At Auburn University, Barkley quickly became a force, dominating with power and agility, despite being considered undersized for his position. That hinted at future clashes with the league's toughest enforcers. Drafted 5th overall by the Philadelphia 76ers in 1984, Barkley entered a league filled with legends. Playing alongside Julius Erving and Moses Malone, he learned professionalism while carving his own identity. His explosive style made him an instant fan favorite and a nightmare for defenders. Barkley's prime. Years in Philadelphia showcased his versatility as a scorer, rebounder, and emotional leader. He fought through double teams and physical defenses night after night, rarely backing down. His willingness to absorb punishment defined his reputation as one of the toughest players of his generation. A move to the Phoenix Suns in 1992 elevated Barkley's career to MVP status. He led the Suns to the NBA Finals in 1993, battling Michael Jordan on the league's biggest stage. Though the championship slipped away, Barkley's legacy as a franchise-changing superstar was cemented. Later years with the Houston Rockets reunited him with former rivals, proving how time softens old battles. Injuries slowed him, but his impact remained undeniable. Barkley retired as one of the most dominant power forwards the game had ever seen, off the court. Barkley transitioned into media with the same blunt honesty he showed on the floor. His unfiltered commentary reshaped sports television, earning both criticism and admiration. He became proof that personality can be as powerful as performance. Bill Laimbeer's story begins differently. Rooted in intellect as much as toughness. Raised in a disciplined environment, he attended Notre Dame and developed into a fundamentally sound big man. His intelligence later became a weapon in psychological warfare on the court. Drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers, Laimbeer's early career was modest until his trade to Detroit changed everything. With the Pistons, he embraced a role few players wanted. He became the backbone of a system built on intimidation and control. As a key figure in the Bad Boys Pistons, Laimbeer helped redefine defensive basketball in the late 1980s. His physical play frustrated stars and shifted momentum in critical moments. Opponents hated him, but teammates trusted him completely. Laimbeer was instrumental in Detroit's back-to-back championships in 1989 and 1990. He didn't rely on flashy scoring, but punished opponents with screens, rebounds, and mental pressure. His presence symbolized Detroit's refusal to be outmatched. While critics labeled him dirty, Laimbeer always argued that he played within the rules of his era. He understood how to exploit gray areas better than most. That understanding made him effective, feared, and unforgettable. After retiring, Laimbeer stayed connected to basketball through coaching, particularly in the WNBA. His success as a coach revealed a deeper understanding of the game beyond physicality. It showed that his basketball IQ had always matched his toughness. The careers of Barkley and Laimbeer ran parallel in a league that demanded survival through strength. Their clashes were inevitable, shaped by opposing philosophies and competitive fire. Each represented a different path to greatness, though their legacies are often linked through conflict. Both men left indelible marks on basketball history. Barkley embodied raw talent and emotion, while Laimbeer mastered disruption and discipline. Together, they reflect an era when the NBA was as much about endurance as excellence. Today, their stories stand as reminders that greatness takes many forms. Rivalries fade, but careers built on commitment endure. What remains is respect earned through years of battles that help shape the modern game.